What the fuck is going on, man? We just got done blasting Death's Disciple, dude. That track is fucking insane, man. I love it.
Awesome. Glad you love it, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's the opener from the record.
Yeah. That's
a pretty ripping little number.
Dude, that's a hell of a fucking track, man. The way that it fucking slows down there at the end, and then just, I mean, that is so fucking heavy, dude. Shit. So
yeah, I think it's pretty fucking killer, too.
So tell us, man, what's going on in the world of Drawn and Quartered?
Well, the main thing is, obviously the release of Congregation Pestilence, which is officially going to happen in a little over a month on the 2nd of July. And that's fucking awesome shit. And, yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. We've been trying to keep moving on, basically keep moving. We've got another recording that we're in the process of working on right now that's going to end up a split release with Ravenous Death from Mexico. So that'll be really killer.
Oh, badass, man.
Yeah, and then, there's even more in the pipeline beyond then, so it's just basically a matter of getting it done. We're trying to get as much of that done, as possible while shows aren't really a possibility.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Fucking, well, I mean, it seems like they're coming around a little bit, slowly but surely,
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, more, sooner now that more people are finally starting to get vaccinated and more places are starting to open and people are going to start feeling more comfortable being around other people. And then it'll be like time for Heavy Metal Mania again. I can't fucking wait.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So last time I had you guys on the show was back in 2018, man. Fucking, I'm pretty sure quite a bit's fucking happened since then. Fucking, I know, obviously with the pandemic and everything, but can you tell us, like, well, what was it like doing the fucking recording process for this record? Was it different from the last?
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, the last few recordings have actually kind of not, basically to say that maybe they ended up a little bit different than they might have been intended to start with. I mean, as far as the process now, we pretty much record at the rehearsal studio. We basically got facilities to record there, and Simon has a rehearsal studio with a friend that gets a good drum sound there, and then we just do the rest in the band room, basically.
Yeah.
And past couple albums, we've had a lot of help from Krucyator Productions with the mix and master, and so that's worked out really well. Gotten a couple of really badass sounding records with One Who Lurks and now Congregation Pestilence.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, the sound, the production quality of this is through the fucking roof, man. Like, it pumps out of the fucking speakers like, I don't know what, man. It sounds fucking good, dude.
That's killer to hear. I'm glad you think so. We've definitely thought it's pretty badass sounding too, pretty big, pretty powerful. And so it's good to hear other people think the same.
Fuck yeah. So you guys are located in Washington State, correct?
Yep. Yeah, based in Seattle.
What's it like? Well, what's going on up there, man? How's everything panning out up there so far?
I don't know. It's probably like a lot of shit. It's, I don't know. Right now things are kind of between half open and half closed, and there's still basically like shit like shows and live entertainment where you're packing people in side by side. Obviously still that's not happening, but there's more restaurants and bars and breweries and stuff open at least partial capacity, and so that's, I feel like, starting to get a little bit better, and definitely looking forward to hopefully after by the end of June, they're saying that the state could open up, so that would be cool. And then hopefully we'd be seeing some shows after that.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, for sure, man. Fucking, well, I mean, I know, like, this record's already been getting really good reviews. You guys been getting featured all over the fucking place, man. What's your take on all that? Like, how does it feel? Like,
it's great. You know, obviously, the more exposure, the better. You know, we're an underground band and probably always will be, but you know, still the more people that can hear us, the better. It's definitely something that's, you know, really become apparent to us when we have gone other places to play, you know, in the past few years. And, you know, there's lots and lots of people out there in the world that still, you know, haven't really heard of us. And, you know, probably goes for lots of bands and lots of places. If you're not the, you know, the big bands getting the big pushes through all the, you know, all the labels and everyone's inbox being spammed daily with, you know, all the crap and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's like, you know, basically great to hear other people like the record. And, you know, hopefully once there are opportunities to be had again, hopefully it'll, you know, help get us to some more of those.
hell yeah, man.
And then, you know, we'll just keep trying to build on that.
That was
get out there and maim more people.
Fuck yeah, dude. As far as the band name Drawn and Quartered, how did you come up with that?
Well, it was just one that we came up with at a point in time that, you know, when we started the band, we had the name Plague Bearer, and a couple of us at the time were like, that's maybe a little similar to the Bolt Thrower song, and maybe we wanted a name that was a little more brutal than that or whatever. And you know, so we just wrote down a bunch of ideas, and I think I might have come across that in a book about torture or something, and wrote that down. And it was like, that was one that kind of resonated and stuck, and so we've gone with that. And you know, I've always kind of liked it because it's like, it's super brutal if you know what it is, but if you don't, it's not like, you know, something that immediately sounds, you know, like brutal death metal or whatever. So it's a little subtler in a way. So that's kind of cool.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I got turned on to you guys fucking years ago. A friend of mine fucking told me, just, I can't remember when or what we were talking about, but he was like, dude, you got to check out this band, Drawn and Quartered. And the name itself, I was like, fuck, that just sounds fucking brutal, dude. And then, yeah, of course I checked it out, and it was. As far as your songs, the lyrics and stuff, how can you explain those?
Well, I could probably say a lot of things. I don't necessarily want to say too much, because one of the things I like to do with at least some lyrics is to try to, you know, leave room for interpretation by a listener, and, you know, or, you know, something to make someone think, or just, you know, whatever. Then there's, you know, obviously some others that are just more storytelling about sick and brutal stuff from, you know, from the beginning. I tended to write a lot of stuff that's kind of true crime based, you know, basically serial killers and stuff. And, you know, there's definitely some other slants, like, you know, a long-standing anti-Christian, anti-religious bent, you know, definitely reflections on, you know, humanity's stupidity and failures and so on. There's no shortage of material there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the last guy that I interviewed from your band, and I can't fucking remember right now for the fucking life of me, but who it was, but he was telling me that you were fucking extremely educated on some shit, like, and that's what, like, you were the guy that fucking did all the stuff, man.
I'm the brains of the outfit. Nah, I mean, I went to school, so, you know, I got a brain, but I also play in a death metal band, so there you go.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Well, I mean, hell, dude, like, look at Carcass, man. Fucking remember that shit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, med school shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Speaking of that, can you tell us about some of your influences, man? Like, what got you into fucking metal music?
Oh, well, what got me into metal music, like, originally it would be probably like hearing, you know, old Priest on the radio and stuff like that, and hearing like, whoa, that shit's heavy, and then discovering Iron Maiden, and whoa, that shit's heavier.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, then on through the, you know, Venom and Slayer, and then through fucking, you know, Sodom, Bathory, Destruction, then get into, you know, Immolation, Incantation, Morbid Angel, you know, lots of shit from the early 90s. Guess today is the 30th anniversary of Like an Ever-Flowing Stream's release. Someone told me, at least, or there was something posted to that effect. She just jammed it earlier. But, I mean, it's largely like older shit in, you know, in a way, like pretty much anything that you hear or read or whatever will influence you to some degree. But, you know, that's the core of where, like, my musical and probably, you know, lyrical influences too come from. Although lyrically, I can definitely say that, you know, I appreciate some later stuff, like, you know, the early black metal stuff. Some of Dead's lyrics and things like that are really blood chilling.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that kind of stuff can, you know, kind of influence the style or mindset sometimes, if not necessarily the content, you know.
Hell yeah. All right, I got some questions for you coming in from the listeners, man. Lady Red wants to know, how many instruments can you play?
Me, it would be vocals and bass. If you want to actually say play, I could fart around on a guitar, because that's not too far from a bass, sort of.
Yeah.
And I can pick up a stick and hit a drum with it too, but I can't play drums.
Right on, man.
That's about it.
She also wants to know, do you have any plans on coming to Canada in the future?
Canada, can only hope. We actually had a Covenant Festival in Vancouver, booked for, would it have been this July? I don't even fucking remember the years now anymore. But we would have played that if that hadn't been canceled because of fucking COVIDs. And I haven't heard about a possible rescheduling yet for next year or anything like that. But we'd obviously love to. We've been to Canada a couple of times. And actually a few times. We played up in Vancouver 2 or 3 times, and we've actually played in Alberta a couple of times as well. It would be killer to get over toward the eastern end of Canada to, you know, Toronto and Montreal and all the maniacs over there. There's some sick bands from over there too.
Oh yeah, man. The metal scene up there is fucking insane, man.
Yep. Fucking Phobocosm, Adversarial, fucking Felist or whatever their fucking name is. Lots of sick shit.
Another question: Have you been in any other bands?
I've participated, I guess. I mean, there's been basically the side bands and offshoots of Drawn and Quarter, like Plague Bear, prior to it, and on the side over the years. And there's also a project called Winds of Pestilence that we had for a few years, which was the first one where I did bass and vocals. That was sort of the training, so to speak. And I also, for a little while, did vocals in a band called Belt Fed Weapon, basically a friend's band, and did that for a few years, which was a lot of fun. And then that just kind of came to an end, and he's still carrying on and doing that with different people, and that's great. And
Belt Fed Weapon, dude. That's a fucking
Belt Fed Weapon,
dude. That is a fucking badass fucking name too, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a killer name. They're pretty ripping thrash too. The newer stuff's got some, more clean singing. I was doing definitely some gruffer, trying to make it some, deathy thrash type stuff. It was cool and it was fun. So it was the main reason I did it, and dude's a good friend. So, but nowadays, drawing in chords, the focus, although we're still, we're actually still doing Plague Bearer on the side as well. And there's recording of Plague Bearer that's basically finalized, other than I think we need to decide on the last mix, and that'll eventually be out in some format through someone, and that'll be cool too. It's unfortunately not anything new. It's basically the archival stuff, but we're playing it with the lineup that we're playing it now, that we're jamming with now, and so it's pretty cool sounding.
Hell yeah. What about collaborations, you guys? I know you talked about you have a split coming up, but like any plans on doing any kind of collaborations or anything?
The only thing that we're really doing, I mean, we are actually planning on another split 7-inch, I believe, with Bullet Belt from New Zealand. If that all comes to fruition, which hopefully it will, because that would be killer. And otherwise, the project I mentioned that's supposed to be a split with Ravenous Death is actually a sort of collaboration with a friend of ours, Jose Luis from Sol Negro, and formerly of Blood Soaked from Mexico some time back. And so basically he and Kelly collaborated on writing some material and just basically arranged it and putting it together and getting it recorded. So that's pretty cool. And Kelly is also collaborating with a number of other people, like he's been contributing to Drakkar from California, some other projects too, I believe, that aren't on the top of my mind right now. But it's basically doing fun things with people we like, trying to get more exposure, so on. But drawing and quartered is still the primary focus.
Hell yeah. Next question, Vicky wants to know, bubble baths, showers, or blood baths?
That's an easy one. Blood baths.
Fuck yeah.
Or blood showers.
Hell yeah. Like what was that movie, fucking Hostel fucking 2, I think it was. Have you ever seen that?
I don't know that I've seen that one.
There's a scene in there where this chick fucking has this girl fucking hanging above her, and she's laying in a bathtub naked, and she slices her open, and the blood fucking just starts spilling out of this chick, and it's getting all over this girl that's laying there in the bathtub. She starts masturbating in it, and fucking it's pretty insane.
Hot. Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
That's what I think of when I think of blood shower.
That's pretty brutal. I can think of, that could be pretty disgusting.
Thunderous wants to know how have you guys been practicing as a band during COVID? You guys wearing masks and shit, or what are you doing?
We haven't really. I mean, to be honest, we just kind of, it was just kind of make the decision that, it's something that we're going to do. And, we don't have huge amounts of social interactions, any of us, outside of doing this. So it's not, it wasn't something that was really that much of a risk, it felt like. And there's still, some degree of distance that we're able to have in some places. There was a practice that I actually tried to do a couple of songs with a mask on, and about 2.5 songs in, it was like, I feel like I was starting to inhale fibers, and I was like, fuck this shit.
You were trying to sing with the mask on?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? I guess that would work. I mean, I guess it would be sort of like having the fucking pop filter on, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like I was, Magua or something like that. But, yeah, I mean, the sound would go through all right, but it was just, a pain in the ass. It's like when you're trying to take a quick breath in between lines or something. It's like, yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Another question. Thunderhead wants to know, what's the greatest show you ever played at, and where was it?
Well, there's a good number that come to mind, but I don't know, a couple that are popping right up are one early one would definitely be doing November to Dismember in Los Angeles in 2000 with tons and tons of killer bands, and that was probably one of the biggest shows probably the biggest show we played at the time. And there was huge pit, even though we had to play a short set typical for a festival like that, but that was rad. Then a couple more recent ones definitely are getting to play Maryland Death Fest at the Ram's Head in I think it was 2015, which was just fucking epic. And we basically played. We started as basically the main lot was finishing up, so there weren't many people when we started, and then it was kind of completely full when we finished, and mass people were digging it. And we had a friend of ours mixing the sound and made us sound just fucking killer. And so that was just a fucking amazing moment. And then also probably playing the Asakusa Death Fest in Japan, in Tokyo, which was just fucking amazing. The whole visit to Japan was just out of this world, just a total mind fuck. And that was really kind of the capper of just fucking traveled across the world to play a big underground death metal fest in fucking Tokyo.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. You mentioned the Ram's Head in Maryland for the fucking Maryland Death Fest. I was wondering, did they name that after the Pentagram song?
I don't know. I hope so.
I was just thinking.
Or at least that they sacrificed a goat to, at its opening or something.
That's fucking cool though, man. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Next question. Have you ever played at any haunted venues?
Haunted, huh? I don't know. Probably. I'm not too much of a haunting type of person. I like my music haunting, and that's about it. But we've certainly played our share of funky dives and shitholes that probably aren't up to code, and tons of places that don't exist anymore. So if there are places that are haunted, then chances are we've at least played a couple of them.
Oh yeah. Next question. Lady Red wants to know, boxers, briefs, or nothing?
Yeah.
Leave it up for
yes. Use your imagination.
There you go. All right, man. Well, I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to let your fans know?
I don't know, man. Thanks for the fucking support. Hails to all the maniacs out there and supporters and friends. And can't fucking wait to see everyone face to face and flatten you with fucking sinister, brutal death metal. And hopefully lots and lots of it.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag?
Sure.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Drawn and Quartered, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
All right. This is Drawn and Quartered, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Like a pro, man. Thanks a lot, brother, for taking the time, man, to talk to us. And what I'm going to do now...
Absolutely, Zach. Thanks for the opportunity.
Hey, man, anytime.
It's cool.
Anytime. Fucking love you guys, man. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Drawn and Quartered for these motherfuckers so they can go insane, all right?
Sounds killer. What song?
Let me see here. We got Age of Ignorance coming up, man.
Oh, yeah, that one speaks for itself, right?
Fuck yeah. All right, bro.
All right, man.
We'll talk to you later, man. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks again.
All right, later.
See ya.
There you have it, folks. Drawn and Quartered live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. What I want you to do right now is put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's fucking driveway, put them everywhere, man. If you're living in the basement, tape your fucking speakers to the ceiling. If you got fucking speaker wire long enough, carry your fucking speakers outside, put them in your fucking neighbor's fucking house, man. If you got Bluetooth enabled, put your speakers in the back of a fucking U-Haul fucking truck and have it fucking ready for these motherfuckers, because they're going to be wanting to move, man. They're going to fucking want to leave as soon as they fucking hear this shit. I fucking tell you what, man. Crank it the fuck up.